throw it. They're expecting a big day from this young fella.
Snags it quickly on the left. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play. So this can certainly open things up later on.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Red pass, it's complete. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know.
He's loose. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they got it on the 22. That big play put them in business. Now they're right on the edge of the red zone as they go to work 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the game.
And good blocking in space out there to give him enough room to pick up the first down. New set of downs after that completion. Flips it out in the flat. Touchdown! They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Air Force Falcons offense will go to work for the first time today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Line getting set on 2nd down. Here comes the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25.
You know, when you're handing off to your fullback, oftentimes these guys need some space to work so they can build up a head of steam and get the speed going, but
off he goes at the 20. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Falcons.
Man, how hard is it to defend when you have a weapon like this at running back that can play wide receiver? You can design ways to get the football in his hand. Palmer, once you get it in his hands, he'll do the rest.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, and oftentimes those are easier throws for quarterbacks. And these running backs, they're just naturally so good when they have the football out in space. Their vision, their creativity, their ability to make people miss. And this guy showed you right there a difficult guy to stop now if you're this defense moving forward.
The offense set for a first down play. He's going to pass. Got his man quickly. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And frankly, if that's a completion, it's not going to make the end of season highlight reel. But in this game, it could lead to a highlight reel type play. The offensive coordinator may be setting something big up for later in the game.
Pulls it and fires to the left. Still on his feet at the 45. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They had hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set him up inside the 30, 1st and 10. grabbed in the backfield. It's Williamson. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Kept it on the ground last time. Let's see if they go back to it on second down. Off the play fake. Quickly complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. Ball is at the 20. They'll try to convert this third and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Pocket starts to collapse. Runs through a tackle. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains. They've moved it into scoring territory, 1st and 10 from the 11. Direct snap. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Bounces and squirms his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding today in a huge matchup, and it's now a final. Oklahoma State looked like a serious force in what can only be described as a dominant win. This is a program with a case full of trophies, and they might just add some more hardware before this year is out. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Open the drive with a chunk play out past the 40, and they are in business on first down. Back to pass, it's Busha coming after him. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
This quarterback has to know he's got to get rid of the football quickly. This defense has already shown on film that they'll rush this outside linebacker off the edge and make the count 5 on their pass rush, but with his speed, his flexibility, he's too much for a lot of these offensive linemen to handle.
Goes to the option. Bulls his way forward. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Getting some heat. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. The Falcons will call on their punt team. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They unleashed an aerial assault last time that took them right to the end zone, David.
So, Reese, with that drive, I think you've accomplished something you wanted to accomplish. Make this defense think. You put them back on their heels. Now, shoot, Palmer, you might be able to slip a few runs in on this drive to really jack them up.
Yeah, I like that idea, but I also like the fact that speed kills. They've got it at the receiver position, so if you got one-on-one matchups, man, take advantage.
And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Using his feet. Quarterback gets enough. Afterburners coming. And no one is going to catch him. Cruises into the end zone for a touchdown. Quick strike touchdown comes out and jump-starts the offense.
And, man, we see this in college football, so much explosiveness and firepower, and we get high-scoring game after high-scoring game, and it looks like we're on pace for one of those right now.
And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. That linebacker saw the express lane right to the ball carrier.
And a great job by the defensive line getting some push, making them use their resources on him. Linebacker comes free, Brimley making the backfield for a tackle for a loss.
Dropping back, it's Busha. Fires to the right. Makes the grab. Can anyone catch him? The 20. And he got away from the defense and takes... Touchdown, Air Force!
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Offense set on first down. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
Well, man, there's some big hitting going on in the trenches right now. This defense, they take a lot of pride in stopping the run. Let's keep our eye on them throughout the course of the game and see if they can contain this running attack.
They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Now on the option. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. I understand the desire to keep the ball, but going for it inside your own 40? Crosses to 45. Got a lot of running room. And how about that run? A huge gain and a slide at the end.
You know, college football is so much about emotion and momentum and trying to find parts of games where you can grab it. How about going for it on fourth down on your own end of the field early like that and coming away with the first? That's huge.
They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on second and 4. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus-pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Well, it's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
This offense has been running wild in the first half, but wait, they want more before they go to the locker room. He's got it, and he goes into the end zone for the touchdown. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Let's see if he can make a play on the return. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
This one's complete. At the 35, he's loose. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. This offense absolutely humming as they come to the line again. Back to throw, it's Busha. Quarterback strolling away from heat. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's 2nd and long. Caught over the middle, it's Harris. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Falcons have it with a 1st and 10. He's looking to throw it. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Catch in the middle, it's Harris. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a 1st down. Clock stops momentarily for the 1st down. They'll hurry to the line. Looking to go up top on 1st down. He caught it. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Buying some time. And the defense able to get him down, and that should bring us to the end of the half. This offense simply has to pay this off on 3rd and goal. They desperately need a touchdown. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Guys, time for everyone to take a deep breath and digest what we just saw in Huntsville. And it's been said football is a game of inches, and guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. And with that, let's send it back to our team at Elliott T. Bowers Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. We're ready to get it started here in the 2nd half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the 3rd quarter.
Down 2 possessions, the coaching staff met in at halftime, and they've probably scripted this opening drive. Just like they do at the start of the game, they've now got an idea of what plays they feel most confident in, what plays their quarterback is seeing the best to go out here and execute a scoring drive.
Well, and it's nice to get the ball first. Like, I got the first opportunity to close the gap a little bit, apply some great game pressure to these guys. So I think getting the ball first, driving down, scoring right here would be huge.
And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play. The offense lines up at the 40. They've got a 1st down. Motion trying to get the defense to show its hand. And they try to run inside, and there is nowhere to go. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Now they're going to throw it. Got it on the run. Off to the races to the right.
a day young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And the offense takes the field ready to go back to work. You want to talk about a drive where you impose your will? That's what they did, running it down for a touchdown, David.
There is nothing more demoralizing than that for a defense, to be physically pounded. The run is coming. You know it's coming, and you can't stop it.
Nothing the defense can do. That is mano-a-mano up front, and your guys getting a push. They know you're running it, and they still can't stop it.
Quick release on the RPO. At the 45, on its way. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The jet sweep pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Quarterback will keep it. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. This is a 3rd and long. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. A strike downfield. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. A field goal try would have been a 51-yarder. They'll opt instead to try to move the chains on 4th down. On the move. Jukes his way for more. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down. From that spot on the field, it almost takes the decision out of it. You almost have to go for it.
Well, you think about what punting gives you. Punting, you could end up with 15, 20 yards. That
throws toward the end zone. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Sometimes as a quarterback, when you're feeling the rhythm and you're feeling yourself, you just want to keep taking shots, right? This guy's already thrown 3 touchdown passes. He saw a look he liked, decided to let her fly. Haven't seen a lot of balls falling complete, especially deep down the field. That one did, but I'd expect this guy to keep letting it go.
And the ball squirted out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover. Wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here. Thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. It's 1st and 10 from the 13. Looking to move it through the air. Lets it go to the end zone. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. And they were most fortunate to catch up to him there. He almost turned that into a pick six.
Man, and he had a convoy, too. As soon as he had the ball, he just looked around him. There was just a lot of open green, and he took off. Great job by his teammates on defense, getting downfield and setting up some blocks.
He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down.
Well, you wonder how this guy is so dynamic. It's because of his speed. You simply can't coach that. You saw it on that last carry.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers. After the incompletion, it's 2nd down. On the option. He picks up 4. That'll leave them with 3rd and 6. The Falcons have moved it inside the 20. On the option. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. NC State delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Raleigh. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. They came out humming on this drive, and now it's first down from the 36. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41.
When you're a defense, it is stop the run first. That is your first responsibility. It makes the whole game easy. And right now, they got it going on the ground. The defense is going to have to change something up. These little tiny dink and dunk, dink and dunk. You keep doing this, they'll go all the way down the field on you, so you might want to get a little bit more aggressive.
And it's okay that that ball's incomplete. It's important this offense comes out and they show that they want to be aggressive. They show that they're willing to take shots and they're going to try and take the top off of this defense. Not able to connect on that one, but that will not be the last deep ball we see in this game.
Fast motion from the offense. Just a short pass to the tight end. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
It's complete to the right. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
Third down coming up.
When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Ball is at the 41 as this defense tries to force the punt on 3rd and long. Across the 45. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. That big play flipped the field. Now they go to work from just outside the red zone. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding, offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They're about to snap it for the 7th time on this drive. He wants to throw it. Back open in the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Makes the grab on the left. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Makes the grab. And he's got a touchdown. They add on another one, and they're about to push their record to 5-1. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Set to kick this one away. Returner goes out of bounds.
Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. It's always great to get points on a drive, but it would behoove them to try to get a touchdown this time around, Palmer.
They may have to get out of their comfort zone here too, David.
Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. And the Falcons headed quickly to the line. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give them a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
To the air, it's Busha. He's got his man.
And plays like that at this point of the game just aren't going to work. You can't throw short in the middle of the field where guys get tackled and the clock starts ticking. You got to be thinking we're throwing to the sticks or we're throwing near the sidelines so guys can get out of bounds.
And now such a tough situation late in this game. You're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
The incomplete pass ends a frustrating series, and they turn it over on downs. On 1st down, here comes this offense. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They'll run the option. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
You know, this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. The handoff, keep working on that clock. And he's brought down after a nice game. We've reached a 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against a defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
Salt into wound, right? Late in the 4th quarter, you can run the football, run this game out. No, sir. I'm going to continue to pad my stats, find my receiver out wide, and get me another touchdown.
And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here in the 4th.
Set to advance on the football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Air Force offense back onto the field. Not a lot of hope here, down 3 possessions late.
No, and I love this part as a pass rusher because I'm just pinning.
Slips one guy, and now he's loose. All kinds of running room. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Defense in press coverage. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wants to throw. It's Busha. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. He finds his man. Stumbled to the ground. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Gets rid of it. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Air Force.
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. You still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Offense getting set for 1st down. He'll take it himself. Keeps it himself and gets the 1st. No one's going to get him. Touchdown. Out a really good opportunity to get back in the win column. And now with the extra point, they're up by 18 here to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That's a kickoff.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Air Force has it back, and the Falcon offense returns to the field. The deficit is large. Hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
They made a lot of mistakes in this game, and that's why it looks like they're going to take the L. Lots of things to improve on, lots of things to cover.
Flying out to the left. The 20. Smashes through. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Falcons.
Number 13.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Yeah, and this is why you put your hands team on the field most of the time. When you know it's coming, and you put those guys that are great catchers of the football. The first guys, what do? They go block. They go blow somebody up. The next guys catch the football, secure it, get your butt on the ground. And most of the time when you do this, the ball game is over.
Across the 35. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game. Inside the 25, they'll snap it from the 24. First down. Fires to the big fella. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. He's got it. That completion gets them inside the 10, and the defense is running out of room to defend. Quarterback will audible. They want to throw it. Makes the catch. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1. A very productive play on first down has now set us up with this 2nd and goal. Gets it to the back. And it's a touchdown in the dying moments of the game.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Returner goes out of bounds.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Looking downfield, it's Busha. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. One more play to pad the stats. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. He wants a big play here late. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling. Everything seemed to work through throwing the football, in the intermediate passing game, the RPOs, the run game. David, this was just clinical offensive football.
And offenses have evolved so much. They can do so many different things, and they know how to use their playmakers, get speed and space, make those big plays. So that's why offenses are ahead of defenses. In this game, it was no different.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David